You've been giving compliments the wrong way your entire life. Beautiful. You look amazing. You're so hot. They sound polite. They sound safe. But let me ask you if she's already heard the same words 1,000 times from men she barely remembers. Why would your version suddenly matter? It doesn't. Real attraction isn't born from flattery. It happens when a woman feels something deeper, mentally, emotionally, sometimes even physically. And that requires a different kind of compliment. Not one that polishes her ego, but one that slips past her defenses, the kind that makes her feel seen in ways she never expected, the kind that lingers long after you've walked away. This isn't about sweet talk, it's about influence. And in this video, I'm going to reveal 3 forbidden compliments most men will never dare to say. They work not because they sound nice, but because they carry power. They trigger curiosity, tension, and memory. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the Stoic Spirit. Walk with me on this path, and you'll learn how to stop being predictable and start becoming a man of true value. Number 1. Never say you're beautiful. For most men, the first instinct is to say, "You're beautiful." It feels natural. It feels polite, respectful, even a little romantic. But here's the unshakable truth. It doesn't work the way you think. She's heard it 1,000 times, from strangers sliding into her messages, from men she doesn't respect, from guys she can't even remember. It's predictable, it's generic, and worst of all, it doesn't touch her. A compliment like, "You're beautiful," is surface level, and surface level never seduces. When you say it, you're only confirming what her mirror already told her. You're not giving her anything new. You're not sparking anything unexpected. And in her mind, you just blended in with every other man in the background. So what's the alternative? Don't just describe her beauty. Describe what her beauty does to you. Instead of, "You're beautiful," say, "There's something dangerous about the way you look at me. Do you feel the shift?" Now, it's not just admiration. It's tension. It's chemistry. It's energy between you. You've invited her into a shared moment. Here's another one. "I can't decide if you're a mystery I want to solve or something I want to get lost in." This isn't about her appearance. It's about your experience of her. It transforms the compliment from a flat observation into a vivid encounter. And here's the psychological key. Women don't fall because they're told they're pretty. They fall when they feel felt. They fall when they sense that you see them in a way other men never risk expressing. Take it deeper. Say something that flips the dynamic. "You carry beauty like you don't care about it." That's rare. Now you're not just noticing her looks. You're noticing how she holds it. You're cutting through makeup, fashion, and posing and reaching the real woman underneath. This is where the power of compliments comes alive. Not when you praise the obvious, but when you highlight what most men miss. Think of it in 3 levels. Safe compliments. "You're beautiful." "You look nice." "That dress looks good on you." Harmless, but forgettable. Sexy compliments. "There's something in the way you move, the way you just looked at me. I felt it in my spine." These build tension, attraction, anticipation. Psychological compliments. "You make me forget what I was about to say." You carry yourself like you've already seen how this ends. These pull her into a mental game. They stick in her head. They echo long after the words are gone. And here's the line between weak and strong men. Weak men use compliments to fish for a reaction. Strong men speak truth because they mean it. They're grounded enough to say what other men censor. That's the delivery that cuts through the noise. That's the kind of line she replays in her mind when no one else is around. So let me ask you, have you ever said something that made her pause, made her look at you a little longer, with that smile that says she knows something you don't? If yes, you've already felt the power of saying less but meaning more. If not, that changes today. Because the words you choose from now on won't just matter, they'll create the energy she either craves or forgets. Number 2, the compliment that hits her body and mind. Most men split their compliments into 2 shallow categories. They either aim at the body. You look sexy in that dress. Those legs go on forever. Or they aim at the mind. You're so smart. You're interesting. The problem, rarely does a man know how to do both at once. And because of that, he loses before the game even starts. Here's what most men don't see. A woman doesn't want to feel only desired. She also wants to feel understood. When those two collide, when she feels both seen and wanted, that's when attraction pierces deeper. That's when she starts craving more of you. Not just more words. So, how does that sound in practice? Try this line. You move like you know exactly what you're doing. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't thinking about it. Notice the construction. The first part, you move like you know exactly what you're doing, is an observation. It speaks to her presence. It acknowledges awareness. That strikes her mind. The second part, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't thinking about it, is the drop. It sparks curiosity. It suggests desire without spelling it out. That strikes her body. Together, the two halves create polarity, mental connection, and physical charge in one line. And women feel that shift instantly. Here's another option. The way you sit so still with that much confidence. It's distracting. That's not about appearance. It's about energy. You're telling her that her composure has impact. You're not in awe. You're intrigued. That's rare. Or try this. You're the kind of woman who knows exactly when to speak and when to stay silent. That's dangerous, because now you're complementing restraint, feminine discipline, a subtle but magnetic kind of sensuality. Why does this work? Because women aren't pulled toward men who only notice the obvious. They're drawn to men who see layers, the body. Yes, but also the command, the vibe, the unspoken force. But here's the rule. These lines collapse if you deliver them like a performer hunting for approval. The power is in delivery, calm, grounded, certain. You're not seeking a reaction. You're stating the truth. When spoken like that, you're no longer just giving compliments. You become the experience she replays in her head. She won't be chasing your attention. She'll be chasing the feeling you created when your words landed in both places at once. So let me ask you, have you ever said something that made her pause, her breath catching because her body realized what her mind just heard? If yes, you already know the power. If not, you're about to. Number 3, praise her darkness, not her light. Most men stay safe when they compliment a woman. They stick to the obvious. You're so sweet. You're fun. You're always so positive. Nice words. Yes, but also predictable. forgettable, and lifeless. Here's the truth. Most men miss women don't crave to be seen as perfect. They crave to be seen as real. And every real woman carries shadows, parts of herself. She hides. Edges she fears are too much. Energy she's been told to soften, while other men praise the light. You need to notice the dark, that hidden fire, that sharpness under the surface, that storm she keeps locked away. So instead of saying she's nice, say this: there's something dangerous about you. I can't decide if I should move closer or step back. You didn't call her hot or kind. You acknowledged her edge. That flips a switch in her mind. She's spent years trying to be good enough, gentle enough, easy to like, but suddenly, you're the man who sees the fire. She hides and you like it. That's rare. That's intoxicating. Or, try this. You've got the kind of energy that doesn't ask for space. It takes it. Now you're not praising kindness. You're recognizing power. And power, when seen without fear, is unforgettable. Why does this hit so deep? Because it's taboo. Because it's real. Because it tells her, without you needing to spell it out, I'm not afraid of who you really are. In fact, that's the part I want most. That's not just attractive, it's magnetic. Because you've given her something few men ever do: permission. Permission to be raw, unpolished, wild, sensual, sharp. And here's the rule. This only works if you mean it. If you try to use it as a trick, it does. But if you say it calmly, with presence and certainty, it lands. Because deep down, every woman knows her dark side isn't wrong. It's just hidden. And when a man sees it and doesn't flinch, she remembers him. Try this on a first date. You've got a little chaos in your eyes. That's probably my favorite part about you. You're not afraid of the storm. You're dancing in it. So tell me, have you ever dared to compliment the part she was scared to reveal? Drop a comment below. I've said the dangerous thing because that's the moment attraction stops being polite and becomes personal. Number 4, flatter. What she's scared to admit she loves. Every woman carries a secret appetite, something she quietly loves, but would never confess in public. It's not the flowers she gets on her birthday. It's not the same recycled compliments. I love your eyes. You're so sweet. Those are shallow, safe, forgettable. Her real desires go deeper. They're personal. Sometimes even a little forbidden. Because beneath the polite smiles and social masks, women hide cravings. Cravings for influence, for control, for surrender, for polarity. And while the world tells her to bury those impulses, you can be the man who names them. That's where attraction shifts. When you point to the thing she won't admit, her guard drops, her logic fades, her chemistry takes over. Here's how it sounds. You love being in control, but I can tell part of you wants to let it go. That's not flattery, it's insight. And when spoken with calm confidence, it hits like lightning. Why? Because you've acknowledged the tension inside her. Out there, she may be powerful, dominant, the one who leads. But deep down, she longs for the contrast, the chance to release. You said what she wouldn't dare whisper. And that truth feels intoxicating. Or try this. You act like you don't enjoy attention. but the way you dress says otherwise. If delivered right, it's not judgment, it's recognition. It's telling her, I see beyond the mask. And that, to a woman, is addictive, because when you flatter the part she's afraid to embrace, you give her rare permission. Permission to be fully herself, messy, rough, sensual, contradictory. Not the nice girl she shows the world, but the full, unfiltered woman. That's why this works. Most men either place her on a pedestal or drag her down to something shallow. Almost no one stands firmly in the middle, grounded, clear, bold enough to praise what she hides. Here's another line. You've got this quiet hunger under all that calm. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious. Now, you're not saying she's too much. You're saying her fire is exactly what you want more of. And suddenly, she feels validated in a way that's rare and unforgettable. But remember, this only works when it's real. If it feels like a tactic, it dies instantly. But when it's truth, it lingers. Because attraction isn't only about who you are, it's about how you see her. So let me ask you, have you ever said something that made her pause? Like you unlocked a secret she didn't know you could see? If yes, drop it in the comments. I saw it in her eyes. Because if you've seen that flicker, you already know how powerful this is. Number 5, make her feel seen, not desired. Most men trip over the same mistake. They assume desire is the finish line. So they pour out compliments like, "You're so hot," "You're sexy," "I want you." Sure, those words might get a playful smirk or a teasing reply. But here's the hard truth. Desire is cheap. She hears it everywhere, online, at the gym, at the grocery store, every day. Countless men want her body. But being seen, that's rare. And rare has power. Because when you're the man who truly makes her feel seen, you unlock something no compliment about her looks ever could. Most men focus on the effect. "You're beautiful," "I can't stop staring," "You drive me crazy." But the compliments that matter point to the cause. Like this, you read people before they even speak. You carry that quietly. But it's sharp. You didn't call her cute. You didn't say she was hot. You told her, "I see how you move through the world and I respect it." Or this, "You act like you don't need attention, but you know exactly when you walk into a room." Now you've touched something deeper. You've made her feel understood. Not just looked at big, not just wanted, but understood. And that's rare. And rare sticks. Here's why it works. Every woman, especially the ones used to constant desire, learns to filter out the noise. She builds armor. She grows numb. But when you slip past that armor with a line that says, "I see the real you, and I like that version more," everything shifts. The walls start to melt. Now, you're no longer another admirer. You're the one who notices what no one else even bothers to. That's what separates you. Let's take it deeper. Most men validate to get something back. But when you validate what's hidden, you're not seeking approval. You're offering presence, insight, depth. And whether she admits it or not, that kind of compliment lingers. Here's one more. "You look like you're always in control, but I bet your mind never rests." That single line does two things. It shows emotional intelligence, and it proves you're paying attention to details: the tone, The energy. The quiet signals most men miss. It's not romantic. It's not sexual. But it's unforgettable. Because desire is common. Being seen is priceless. So let me ask you, have you ever said something that made her pause, stop smiling, and just look at you like you hit something real? If yes, drop it in the comments. Because that pause, that silence, is where true connection begins. Number 6, say what no other man dares to say. Here's a truth most men avoid. Women don't remember the safe man. They remember the man who spoke with such honesty that it left a mark, and that mark never comes from the predictable. It comes when you're willing to say what no one else dares to. Most men fall into the same trap. They try so hard to be liked, to be polite, to be respectful, and in that process, they dilute themselves. They censor every word, walk on eggshells, and end up saying nothing real. She feels that she doesn't feel alive around it. She feels bored. But the man who has the courage to speak the unsaid, he doesn't just stand out. He stays in her mind long after the conversation ends. So what does that sound like? Try this. I don't trust women who smile too much. There's usually something darker behind it. Pause. That wasn't rude. That wasn't aggressive. It was a truth. Most people are too timid to voice. It's bold. It's raw. It's provocative. And above all, it's real. Because women don't crave another empty compliment. They crave truth, the kind that stings a little but stays a lot. Or this, you seem like the type who pushes people away before they get too close. That's not flirtation. That's not sugarcoating. That's awareness. That's a man seeing a pattern instead of pretending not to. Why does this work? Because most men hide behind politeness, behind humor, behind compliments. They hope niceness will buy them affection, but it never does. When you speak without fear, she leans in, not because you're right, but because you're real. Let's take it further. I don't care if you like me. I care if we're honest with each other. That ends the performance. Now she knows this isn't about winning points. It's about connection. Here's the key bold words. Only land if you are grounded. If you're edgy, just for shock value, she'll sense the insecurity. But if your energy is calm, clear, and detached from outcome, that's when it strikes, and that's when you become a mystery. Because most men fight for her attention. You simply speak your mind, not to offend, not to manipulate, but because you're done pretending, and that authenticity makes her feel something she can't explain, but won't forget. The bravest thing a man can do today is tell the truth, especially when it's uncomfortable, because her beauty doesn't impress you. Her social games don't sway you. Her validation isn't your mission. You're the man who sees beneath the mask and dares to speak to the human underneath. So let me ask you, have you ever said something so true? She froze, unsure whether to smile or run. If yes, drop it in the comments. I said the quiet part out loud. Number 7. Use scarcity compliments like a king. Here's a truth. Most men never face. They hand out compliments the way children hand out candy. Quick, easy, everywhere. You look great. You're amazing. You're so smart. And what happens? The words lose weight. They become background noise. She's heard them all before. But you're not like most men. You compliment like a king, And kings don't speak to impress. They speak with intent. They speak with authority. They let silence carry more power than flattery ever could. So ask yourself this: when was the last time you held back a compliment, not out of fear, but out of strength? Because scarcity creates value. And when your words are rare, your presence becomes unforgettable. A woman's heart doesn't crave endless praise. It craves certainty. The energy of a man who doesn't need to flood the space with approval. Picture this. You're in a deep conversation. Most guys by now would have thrown 10 compliments her way. But you're calm, steady, observant, and only after truly watching her, you lean in and say, "The way your mind works, that's rare." Notice the impact. One line, precise, unmistakable, and it lands because she had to wait for it. That's what separates a king from a follower. Or try this. There's a stillness in you most people would overlook. I like it. Now you're not just admiring her. You're showing her she's been seen. And because you didn't flood her with empty lines, that one truth echoes louder than all the noise. Here's why this works. Psychology is simple. The less available something is, the more it matters. When you make compliments scarce, she starts to wonder, why now? Why did he choose this moment? What else does he see that he hasn't said yet? That's when curiosity takes over. That's when she leans in. That's when you hold the frame. On the flip side, when you compliment too often, you lower your status. You become the admirer, the one chasing approval. But when you speak like a man who knows his worth, who offers approval sparingly, you flip the script. You're not trying to be chosen. You've already chosen yourself. And she feels that difference. So remember this, the most powerful compliment is the one she had to earn, even if she doesn't know how she earned it. That mystery, that tension, that's what drives her wild. So use your words wisely. Speak less, mean more. Now let me ask you, have you ever said less and felt the impact grow? If yes, drop it in the comments. I speak like a king. Number 8, turn a compliment into a challenge. Here's something bold most men never realize. A compliment by itself is only the beginning. What gives it power is when it transforms into a challenge. Most men stop at validation. You're amazing. You're stunning. You're so smart. Safe. Sweet. Predictable. But it doesn't ignite anything. Because when you tell a woman she's amazing, and she already knows it, you've become just another admirer in the crowd. But if you flip that compliment into a challenge, everything shifts. Suddenly you're not stuck in the friend zone. You've stepped into the frame of a man who doesn't just see her strengths, he tests them. Here's what that looks like. She says, "I never let anyone get too close." Most guys would nod politely and reply, "That's impressive." You say, "That's cute." But I bet you've built walls so high you've forgotten what it feels like to be truly seen. In that moment, you just turned her strength into a doorway. You honored her toughness, but you also touched the hidden vulnerability beneath it. And that's what lingers. Or, picture this. She's polished, composed, always in control. Other men rush to win her approval. You meet her gaze and say, "You strike me as someone who's used to leading. I wonder if you even remember how to let go." That line isn't rude or arrogant. It's a masculine mirror. It reflects something she hasn't had shown to her in a long time. Because women don't crave endless attention. They crave edges. They crave polarity. They crave presence. When you combine a compliment with a challenge, you show her you're not intimidated. You're not here to worship. You're here to engage. You're here to lead. Why does this work so well? Compliments validate her. Challenges stimulate her. Put them together and she feels seen, alive, and intrigued. And intrigue is where attraction takes root. Say what most men wouldn't. Stand firm enough to shake her just a little. She won't forget it. She might smile. She might protest. She might tease you back. But she's paying attention. Because you broke the pattern. You woke her up. Let's take one more. She says, "Guys are intimidated by me." Most men rush to reply, "Not me." You say, "Maybe they are." Or maybe you've made it too easy to intimidate you. Now she doesn't know whether to challenge you or chase you. Either way, you've got her focus. The man who sparks both curiosity and confrontation becomes unforgettable. But remember, this delivery matters. No arrogance, nor neediness, just clarity. You're not attacking, you're not proving. You're inviting her into a deeper version of herself, one she may not even know exists until you reveal it. That's not just flirtation. That's transformation. So let me ask you, have you ever said something that felt like a dare and watched her rise to meet it? If yes, drop it in the comments. She met the challenge. Number 9, make her question why she's thinking about you. Let me ask you something deeper than surface attraction. What makes a woman lie awake at night? Not just recalling your words, but genuinely asking herself, why can't I get him out of my head? It isn't your looks. It isn't your car. It isn't your money. It's the psychological mark you leave behind. If you want to stand out, don't just try to impress her. Don't just flirt. Make her question herself. And here's the secret. You don't create that by chasing. You create it by leaving space for her mind to wander. Women fall for the impact, not the simple interaction. They fall for the afterglow, not the moment. So how do you make this happen? You do the unexpected. You make an observation that cuts straight through her defenses, something subtle, yet accurate enough to shake her. Like you, speak as if you're open, but I can tell you hide the thing.